Hello, welcome to another video where I make things, and it is kind of boring, but welcome anyway. I have a lot of new subscribers thanks to my Everything I Made in 23 video. Welcome! I make videos about sewing but also about printmaking and illustration, so I hope you're also ready for that. If not, well, I'm sorry. In this video I'm going to get ready for winter. It is already January, so winter has long started, or for a few weeks. However, not in the Netherlands. Ever since I started this project, it got really autumny again, with lots of storms, lots of rain, lots of wind. No sunshine, still not today. I feel like a gremlin. However, this weekend will get frost and sunshine, and it will be the perfect weather for my winter makes. So in this video I'm gonna go and get ready for winter, and I'll show you whatever. Maybe I'll use it as well. I still had to edit all of this and I want to cry because it's a lot. But if you want to see me struggling, then this video is for you. Hi, so well, it's been a few days, I think a week, since I last worked on this video, or the projects for this video. My knitting project, not so far yet. This is what I've knitted so far. Not much, but for today I'm gonna try and make a pattern for this body warmer that I want to copy. I thrifted it last year in Barcelona and I think it's from Zara, and I also want to quilt this, and I need to make pockets, so that's gonna take a while to figure out. Also the sun is coming through, so I'm probably way too white right now. I don't know how they did this. So that's gonna take a while. And that's what I'm gonna do today. Try to figure out how this was made. I do want to make the little cap sleeves. I think they are cute, and I'm not gonna use a button for this, but I'm gonna make a waistband so I can cinch in the waist and make it warm. Okay, so what I'm gonna use, this stuff that I bought for a laptop sleeve that I didn't need, and I'm gonna use this for the outside. I think that's cute. It is a bit, no, it's not really stretchy, no, so it should be fine. And I'm thinking about using this as the lining. I'm not gonna make it reversible, and this is a little thick, so maybe it's too thick for the lining. Maybe I'm just gonna go with something more thinner, like an old bed sheet. Not sure yet, but I don't think I'm gonna go this far today. And for this one they used quilting in squares, or ruiten, you know what I mean. And I think for this one I'm gonna do them like this. I think that's gonna look cute, but I'm not sure yet. So first of all, figure out this pattern, because what is going on here? Okay, let's go.
Story of a completely normal dude that was down and out, that had a very big, indistinguishable passion. And the more interesting, maybe for me as someone who's got Casey's journey so far, is what he's doing.
It is now a week later than I last filmed. This project is taking forever, but as you can see, I have more space now. I am having a hard time figuring out this pattern. It looks really large, by the way. Whoa. So I'm gonna make a mock-up first. I know. Who is she? I don't know her. I don't know her. Anyway, yeah. I'm gonna try and make a mock-up first just to see if the shape is right. Because I am always having trouble with the armholes. There must be a different name for them, but I'm just calling them armholes. Just gonna make a quick sew and see if it is not ridiculously large, because now it is looking quite really large, and see if the armhole fits, and yeah, wish me luck. Pretty alright. The armholes are slightly too tight, so I'm gonna make them a little larger because I want to wear it above a big sweater like this. Maybe this part could be a little bit more smaller, because I'm also going to attach a collar. This is a little large, well, quite large, but it does have to go over my hips. So maybe I should make like a curve, like a curved line. Maybe I could add like a little curved line, because this is a little large. And I think if I'm gonna attach a waistband, but it's gonna be a bit frumpy like this. So I'm gonna add a small curve to the side seams. Add a slight curve, just a little bit, because I need width at the hips. It could be a little tighter at the waist. Okay, I think I figured out the pattern. Now I'm gonna do a little quilting test. I have never quilted before, and I have this, which I think is a guideline, and look if I can find out how this works. It doesn't really say anything about this. Trying this. And I think it's working quite well. Needle choice, good choice. And one thing that I adjusted is the stitch length. I made it a little bit longer. It's now on 3.5, I think. And it's gonna be a bit of a problem to stitch everything evenly and straight though, because I have no clue where this thing is gonna be. So I think you'll need a special foot for the quilting. And maybe, you know, my mom buys random things at the thrift store, so maybe she just bought this and it doesn't really even go with this. I have no clue. I do know my green machine has one as well, so really need to get that one fixed. Really large, because with the quilting I think it will shrink a little bit. So, and after this I'll cut out the real pattern. Gonna use some bias binding in the ends, but that's for another day. And I'm gonna use a blue thread that I guess matches. Okay. This is going to take forever. Wish me luck. So I think it's actually quite pretty decent looking. I hadn't expected that. And even though it's not perfectly straight, it is still quite straight. I made some pins, so I had started at every 4 centimeters. It is pretty straight. I hope the rest of it will look like this as well. And the only thing that's a little harder, because this is a slight stretch, and sometimes it's hard to get this stretched also. But it is working out, and I am pleasantly surprised. Let's hope will continue like this, but because we all know with sewing, you can start out great, but there will always be something that goes wrong. Horribly, horribly wrong. So the next day I have no orders. It is already so warm, but for today I'm gonna have to figure out how to make the color and also make these little cap sleeves. I also sort of top stitched on the sides, so it was hopefully a little bit easier to sew, but more on that later. I also think I was thinking about using my serger for the first time. I still haven't used it on the inside, but I think I'm gonna use bias binding. So it's gonna be very fancy. And I also still need to make pockets. I have still so many things to do. So it looks quite good, honestly. Did not expect it. I'm going to top stitch this so it will be better in place. Okay, so these are the cap sleeves, and I do hope that the pattern is matching with the body piece, so it's all in one direction. I feel very proud for having thought of that. However, I know myself, I can easily just swap this around and then it won't be like this anymore. But yeah, fingers crossed. Hello. First of all, never mind the noise. I am using my oven and my oil diffuser, so lots of noise going on. It's just, see it as some sort of white noise in the background. I'm not really feeling it today or yesterday. So yesterday I didn't sew at all, and the night before that I tried something and everything I did went wrong. For today, I'm not sure if it's because it's another dark day or because maybe I'm a little burned out from the whole year, which has been so busy, and making these videos takes so much time. I don't know, I can see it in myself in the videos, but yeah, I'm not really feeling it today. But I really want to finish this before I leave for my Christmas break, which will be in like 2.5 days. So yeah, I did finish the caps, the sleeves, and they are a little too wide, I think. For some reason they make me think of like a Japanese house, like the roof, you know. Not sure why. I do think they are gorgeous though, so I guess that's a good thing, but you know, just a weird thing. And I'm having a bit of a struggle with the bias binding because first of all I tried to stitch in a ditch again, and I just know it's not for me. I don't know, I cannot do that. Every time I try to, it turns out it didn't catch on the other side at all, or you know, everything went wrong. So I'm not gonna do any more stitching in the ditch. I am going to bias bind every stitch on the inside, every seam, that's the word. which is quite a lot of effort. So yeah, that's my plan for today. All the bias binding. And where I went wrong yesterday, last time, is I wanted to top stitch this, and so this is also stitched down, and for some reason the tension on my machine didn't get it, so I got some new needles, and I really hope that is the problem, because otherwise I have no clue, because the tension should be alright. I'm not sure why it was messing up. The other thing I'm thinking about is maybe it's because this isn't really gliding through. I'm also going to clean it, see if that works. And I got like 3 of these, got another one somewhere. Oh, here. Because I had just bought one and it was not enough. And yeah, so I'm just taking myself another strategy myself, and I was like, new oil, someone else like pineapple slices, and I'm just going to eat. Okay, let's go. Things were just going so well. And then something stupid happened that should have happened. It hasn't really happened to me before, so it should have happened one time, I guess. I got into my fabric and now it's slashed. So I really don't know how to fix this, because I do really need this. This is the part of the color. I'm not going to make a new one. Today has been wild. It's been a crazy day. First of all, I got into the color twice, so I just redid half of the color. I didn't have any batting left anymore, so I really had to undo it all and then get new fabric and re-quilt it and then attach it again. I just thought, let me check my bobbin before I go through, and this is the last bit, so that was a very good timing. Yes, finally some luck, I guess. It's done! First of all, I am still not sure about this. I have figured out now that I should have made this a little deeper, which I had in my original drawing, but then I looked at my example, which is this one that I always wear, and it really looks like it wasn't as deep, so I changed it. So next time I'm going to use my old sleeve hole. Is that a word for it? I have no clue. So if I just had made it a little deeper, I think it would have looked way better. Now this is just too wide. However, I've used bias binding in for every seam, so I cannot take it out. It's too much effort. However, I will mostly wear this at home anyway, so I've decided to keep it like this for now. What I can do, I've been thinking about like rolling this up like this and then stitch, so it looks a bit more basic. But I do really like the shape of this. It is a bit too wide, but it would have been so cute if it would have been like this. I really love like the hourglass shape, I guess, like the if you know what I mean. Other than that, I really love it. It is so warm, it is so soft. The quilting, the batting was so much easier than I thought it would be, so I'm definitely gonna do that for the future. I didn't even use a guideline with the sewing machine, and it's still pretty straight, I think. I used some loops to cinch in the waistband because it's a bit warmer when I wear it like this. I love the pockets. For the inside I use bias binding for every single seam. which was such a big job. Definitely gonna make a next one. For the next one, I really need to figure out my serger, because it felt, for this project it felt a bit too overwhelming. But honestly, it would have been so much easier and so much better looking if I had just serged the whole thing before I assembled it. I think I'm gonna wear this all the time this winter. It's so warm and cozy. This is perfect. Very happy. Still have to knit my hood, but it's almost Christmas, so yeah, gonna take it home with me. So I'm gonna follow this tutorial by Crazy Hands Knitting and Crochet on YouTube. I'll link it down in the description box. They use wool that isn't as thick as this one, so I need to make a gauge first. 16 stitches should be 4 inches in stockinette, 5 millimeters knitting needles. Well, I'm going to use 6 millimeters. I used to knit a lot, but I only knitted scarves, really long, large scarves, and I've never really knitted in the round. Good morning. I think the quality is really bad right here, and I'm at my parents' place and I'm knitting. Isn't going well so far, because I've also changed the gauge, so I had to change the amount of stitches and didn't really get. I had to change that before I did everything else, but really hope to finish this week. And I'm talking very quietly because this is a little awkward because I'm not at home. Okay, bye. Hello, it's been a while. I also think my glasses are dirty. It is nearly finished. This took me way longer than I had expected it. It's also really large, by the way. I don't think it's supposed to be this big. Whoa! So I'm really curious how it will look like. It's a really fun knitting again. Definitely want to do it more often in the new year. I also tried this invisible seam and it went well in the beginning and then it didn't. So yeah, it's starting to look a little bit better again. I shouldn't just think I know how it works and just stick to the tutorial, I guess. It's a really good tutorial. I'll link it in the description box below. And then knitting, okay. Honestly, somewhere along the lines, like this looks good, the beginning, and then just thought I had it figured out. And then at some point it's starting to look okay again. Not sure if you can see that, but it doesn't really look seamless at all. I think I got the purling and stitching mixed up. But yeah, I think it's also really large. So I'm just gonna see if it fits. I think it's really big. Oh yeah. I think it's okay. These are my glasses. Oh yeah, I can see myself in the reflection of my TV. It is okay because I don't really want it to be a little tight like a balaclava. It should be more like a hood. So I do think it's okay. Is it the best looking? No, but I do hope that the ribbing is going to make it look a little bit cuter. This feels kind of like a fail, but yeah, let's go. Hello there! It has been a while since I have last talked to the camera. I have not really felt like filming or making something, I guess. Of course, this was finished a few weeks ago. I started this project, I think this video project, in about like 3 to 4 weeks ago. And when I started it, we had just had a very cold period here in the Netherlands. And after that it became just autumn again, like 15 degrees or 10 degrees Celsius. We had so much rain, it was disgusting. I hate it. I am so done with rain. It's also very great today, but it seems to be dry. So I hope I can go outside. I haven't seen sunlight in forever. Anyway, back to the projects. So I sewed this. I just finished my hood, which I think I talked about before. There were lots of things that went wrong. And it is really, really large. It is it's huge. I'm not sure if it should look like this because I have adjusted the stitches because I used a thicker needle because my wool was thicker than the one recommended. So I had to use a thicker needle and just calculated everything. But it did turn out into something wearable, so I guess for that I am proud. I have had experience with knitting before. Ever since I was a child, I used to have these little Barbie horses. I had like 10 or 15 of them, and in winter time I used to knit them little blankets. That was my first time knitting. I think I was 9 or so. Knitting in a round, I haven't done that much, so after this I'm gonna make a beanie and just something simple. I do really want to make a sweater this year. Yeah. Okay. Not sure how this looks like on me. As you can see, should have worked better on that, but that's entirely my fault. And of course this is backwards, but I have figured out what went wrong. I almost did the same with this ribbing, but it is very comfy and warm, and I'm very excited about that because I'm gonna wear it with my green coat that I made. I am so hot right now, and not like in a it's getting hot in here kind of moment, you know. I mean, it is getting hot in here, but wearing so many layers. It's the plan to wear it like this. And to finish it, I just realized it doesn't really match, but I have the scarf. So if I want to really snuggle up, it can be like this. And then I'm like a very warm, Tinky Winky inspired granny, which I love. It is really really large though. I think I would make it a little smaller because the intention is to look like a grandma, but I feel more like a gnome. Gnome, is that how you pronounce it? Gnome? I don't know. Anyway, boskabouter. This is it for now. I am going to knit more this year. I really am. I love doing this while Netflixing or listening to a podcast, and or do it on a train. Very good. So yeah, okay, thank you for watching and so forth. Bye.